The Gunners are going to Wembley. Mikel Arteta's side reach Carabao Cup final as Kai Havertz lands fatal blow against former side. Arsenal are into the final of the Carabao Cup after beating Chelsea 1-0 on Tuesday, prevailing 4-2 on aggregate. The Gunners showed little attacking appetite at the Emirates, having entered the game with a lead to protect, and ultimately their visitors didn't ask enough meaningful questions to ever put their place at Wembley in serious doubt. Arsenal's best chance of a drab first half saw Gabriel Magalhaes pick out namesake Gabriel Martinelli with a delicious ball over the top, only for the Brazilian to allow Chelsea defender Malo Gusto enough time to retreat and block his eventual shot. There wasn't much goalmouth action in the second half either, with Gabriel's header blocked from close range by Marc Cucurella as Arsenal looked to kill the tie for good. Chelsea tried their luck from a couple of set pieces. Late on, Cole Palmer's free kick hit the wall and Wesley Fofana flicked wide from the following corner, while the hosts were denied a penalty when Trevoh Chalobah made a sliding challenge to pry the ball away from Martinelli. But at the end of 6 added minutes, Arsenal wrapped up their spot in the final, their first of any kind since 2020. Declan Rice led a counter with every Chelsea man up the pitch, and he squared for former Blue Kai Havertz to send them to Wembley, where Manchester City or Newcastle await. Kepa Arrizabalaga, hardly troubled by his former club, even when they were in the ascendancy and needed to score a goal from minute 1. Jurriën Timber, Chelsea threw Cucurella, Estevao and Garnacho at the Arsenal right back, but he came out on top against each opponent. William Saliba, solid enough defensively, but wasn't afforded much room to roam forward as he has in recent weeks. Gabriel Magalhaes, similarly stern though, was more of a notable liability in possession, with Chelsea narrowing out the Brazilian's options when playing from the back. Piero Hincapié, most of Chelsea's attacks came down Hincapié's side, but he did ever so well to deal with the aerial bombardment down his flank, particularly with physical striker Delap starting on the right wing. Martin Zubimendi kept possession ticking, but didn't try anything too adventurous. Such was the effectiveness of Chelsea's press. Declan Rice likewise found it tough to break the lines by way of passing, though that mattered little in the grand scheme of the tie. Came up with the assist for Havertz at the last. Ebrechies afforded a chance to impress in a central role ahead of the unfit Martin Odegaard, but faded into the background of the game very quickly. Noni Madueke received some tough tackles from former teammate Cucurella, couldn't provide enough of a spark, and was subbed for Trossard. Victor Gyökeres touched the ball 3 times in a testing first half, livened up after the break before being replaced by Havertz. Gabriel Martinelli made some superb runs and got into great positions, but his end product was seriously lacking. Kai Havertz, brought on for Gyökeres, scored the final goal of the tie, pointing to the Arsenal badge as he compounded the misery on his former side. Leandro Trossard, subbed on for Madueke, more involved than Arsenal's other attackers, yet still provided little. Mikel Arteta, all Arsenal had to do was not lose. Job done, even if it wasn't pretty. Where is Martin Odegaard? Arsenal captain's absence in Chelsea showdown explained by Mikel Arteta in injury setback. Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard was a surprise absence from the Gunners squad to take on Chelsea in the second leg of their Carabao Cup semi-final on Tuesday night. Ebrechi has started the clash in the no-10 role, with the Norwegian worryingly not even among the substitutes. Before kick-off, Arsenal head coach Mikel Arteta revealed the midfielder had picked up an untimely knock. Odegaard was probably in line to start the game at Emirates Stadium, having begun Saturday's convincing victory over Leeds United at Elland Road on the bench. He was influential as a substitute, dictating play and picking up an assist. However, when the team sheets for Tuesday night's second leg were revealed, he was nowhere to be seen. Arteta has now explained the notable absence. Speaking in a pre-match interview, The Gunners head coach said. During the Leeds United game, he felt a little niggle. We tried yesterday. He wasn't comfortable. So let's see if he's hopefully available for the weekend. Odegaard joins fellow key player, Bukayo Saka, in missing the return leg against Chelsea through injury. The winger, who pulled out of the lineup for the meeting with Leeds at the weekend, faces around 3 weeks on the sidelines, meaning he will sit out Tuesday's cup clash with the Blues, Premier League fixtures with Sunderland and Brentford, and an FA Cup tie with Wigan Athletic. He is aiming to be fit for the North London derby against Tottenham on February 22nd. In an update on the England international, Arteta added, "He's okay. We need to have more tests tomorrow to understand how he is. This game was too short, but let's hope that it's not too much longer he's out." As they look to reach the final of one competition, Arsenal are still fighting on 4 fronts as we approach the business end of the season. The Gunners are blessed with strength in depth on the wings and in attacking midfield, with Noni Madueke and Ez deputising against Chelsea and more than capable of filling some very big boots. It will be interesting to see whether Odegaard is fit and available for the weekend clash with Sunderland on Saturday.